The bear is a beautiful but also a very dangerous animal that has taken a fancy to the forests of North America, Europe, and Asia. This animal has since ancient times been one of the main characters in legends, fairy tales, and myths, in which big bears often represented strength. In Russia, this animal was so much feared that they did not even say its name aloud, and so we are left with only the definition of the one who is in charge of honey, that is, bear. Paleontologists have found in studies that these large animals of the planet dispersed about 5 to 7 million years ago. Let's look at several large species to find out which is the largest bear in the world. 10. Gubark. Of all bear species, the Gubark has the most unusual appearance, and this bear lives in the tropical forests of Southeast Asia. The head of the most exotic species resembles the head of a sloth, and the shape of the elongated lips gave its name to the entire species. Adults are up to 71 inches long and weigh up to 308 pounds. The Gubark feeds on ants, termites, and plant foods. It has fine claws, which it uses to climb trees, where it gets its sustenance. 9. The Himalayan bear. Not only one of the largest bears, but also the most beautiful Himalayan bear lives in the mountain forests of India, Pakistan. It can be found from the Iranian foothills to Japan. The range from south to north covers the northern provinces of China, and in the north up to Yakutia. Unlike their congeners, the brown bears, Himalayan bears lead a semi-wooded lifestyle, even hunting in trees and escaping from enemies. Yes, and the bear, which weighs 290 to 310 pounds and has a body length of up to 67 inches, has enemies. Farms in China, Vietnam and several other eastern nations are breeding them in captivity, in order to maintain the population. Hopefully nothing will threaten these bears in the near future. 8. The spectacled bear. This species is found only in South America, and it is the only representative of the large bear family in this part of the globe. Turning to Wikipedia, we learn that they weigh between 180 and 330 pounds with a body length of 75 inches. Like all bears, it has a den, but it does not hibernate and is active all year long. It feeds mainly on plant food, and only occasionally can hunt large animals. Despite favorable habitat conditions, spectacled bears are on the verge of extinction, and hunting them is prohibited. 7. Great Panda. The cute and funny bamboo bear is the most peaceful and good-natured. Pandas grow up to 70 inches long and the largest individuals weigh 350 pounds. They belong to the bear family, but they are not a member of the bear family. The animals have the only living species in their genus of large pandas. By species classification they are carnivores, but the favorite delicacy of this animal is bamboo. An adult panda eats up to 65 pounds of this plant per day. They are fine in captivity, and like their Latin American counterpart, they also do not go into winter hibernation. It wasn't until 2016 that the pandas overcame the peak of the threat of extinction, and in recent years the population has increased significantly. Scientists say that the love of these animals for bamboo is relatively recent, about 5,000 years ago. 6. Kermode. The beautiful bear can only be found in the coastal forests of Western Canada. They grow up to 70 inches long and weigh between 500 and 660 pounds, which puts them in the top of the largest bears. Most of this subspecies of baribal has white, sometimes muddy cream-colored fur, but they are not albino, or even related to polar bears. It was named after the zoologist Kermode, who first studied and described the species, but local Indian tribes call it the ghost bear. 5. Baribal. The black bear can be found from the northern expanses of Alaska to Mexico, in all the provinces of Canada and in 39 states of the United States. The baribal grows up to 80 inches tall and weighs from 730 to 800 pounds. They live mostly in forests, and only in search of food, may venture out into open areas, river valleys, meadows, and plains. They are solitary, although when they give birth to cubs, females form a kind of nursery, for the purpose of rearing and protecting the offspring. Baribals are vegetarian, although they may occasionally attack small livestock as well. 4. Grizzly. This is one subspecies of the brown bear. Grizzly inhabits mainly Alaska, but also can be found in some Canadian provinces and in some states of America. It is the largest member of the bear species in North America, and grows up to 90 inches long and weighs 990 pounds. There are many stories of grizzly man-eaters, and in 2010 a bear weighing 1,050 pounds was killed in the United States. It differs from its European relatives in habits and temperament, although it is very similar in appearance. Grizzlies are brown in color, sometimes with a blackish tint. 3. The Siberian brown bear. This giant is also a subspecies of the brown bear, and lives, as the name suggests, in Siberia, in the basins of the Anoda and Kolyma rivers. It roams the forests alone in search of food, and hibernates for long periods in winter. It is omnivorous, and eats about the same amount of animal and plant food. They are really huge, with a body length of up to 100 inches and a weight that can reach 1,760 pounds. The offspring are born during the winter hibernation period, and the bear cub stays with its mother until it is 3 years old, until it is stronger and has acquired hunting skills. 2. Cardiac. And here is the world's largest bear in the brown bear order because it grows up to 120 inches, and the adult cardiac weighs from 1,870 to 2,200 pounds. Today there are no more than 3,000 individuals, with the largest number living in the Kodiak archipelago off the coast of Alaska. Muscular with a massive body, the mammal is omnivorous, and in addition to animal food, their diet includes vegetation. The large species is not well adapted to captive conditions. Famous for the fact that this particular subspecies has played in some popular movies made by Hollywood directors, and its beauty, grace, and size can be appreciated in the photo. 1. Polar bear. Rounding out our review is the largest predator on the planet, the polar bear, which weighs up to 2,200 pounds and can be over 120 inches long. But there have been some very large individuals as well. So of all the predators that walk the earth, the largest is the polar bear. They live in the northern circumpolar regions of the planet, and in some areas there are more of them than people. Note that the largest bear in the world is omnivorous, but its favorite delicacy is fish. Interestingly, but the skin under the coat of a polar bear is black. It is noteworthy that only pregnant females hibernate for a long period, but males hibernate in winter for a short period, and not every year. In conclusion, bears are incredibly intelligent and very inquisitive. For example, according to hunters, bears can throw a stone or a stick into a trap in order to disarm it, and then freely take the bait. When walking on their hind legs, bears put their feet completely on the ground, and of all living creatures on the planet, only humans still walk this way. Please write in the comments your stories about bears. Perhaps you have met them in the wild,